Hey, welcome back to World Entertainment, and have we actually seen the last of Venom, Eddie Brock, from Tom Hardy? Is he actually set to return in Spider-Man or a brand new Venom movie? Well, that's the question, and we have the answers because Tom Hardy is said he's open to returning as Eddie Brock / Venom with or without Spider-Man. So yeah, it looks like he's been swayed back into the fold to continue on as Venom. So let's dive into this and take a look, shall we? So, while the Venom franchise never received much in the way of critical acclaim, the trilogy has grossed around 1.8 billion worldwide by the time Venom: The Last Dance landed in theaters last year. At that time, Tom Hardy said he was done playing Eddie Brock and, more recently, suggested he'd push for a crossover with Spider-Man that never came to function. So, is it the only way he'll return if Marvel Studios and Sony Pictures finally make that happen? Well, comicbook.com asked Hardy that question, and he responded, "No, I love Venom, and I had a great time doing that, so no." Now, what they mean by him saying no is he's saying, "No, I wouldn't only come back if it's with Spider-Man." So while Venom: Let There Be Carnage and Spider-Man No Way Home teased the possibility of a meeting, it doesn't appear to be in the works for Spider-Man Brand New Day. Hardy could make a multiverse cameo appearance as the Lethal Protector, though it doesn't seem likely. Several months ago, there were rumors that Spidey and Venom would team up to battle Null. However, it seems those were based solely on the fact that The Last Dance featured the god of the symbionts. As for Venom 4, that was expected to revolve around Flash Thompson's Agent Venom before Kraven the Hunter flopped and Sony put its spin-off plans on hold. Hardy said last week of Venom never getting to share the screen with Spider-Man, "We got close. We got as close as I could possibly imagine getting. Apart from doing a film together, which I would have loved to have done because that just means so much fun. Fundamentally for me, it would be for the kids because, you know, as much as adults love superhero films, as you can tell by the box office when they're successful," I like that he put that in, "I think I'm constantly reminded by children how important these characters are, and they don't know why their favourite characters aren't in films together. We were given a set of boundaries, and we were just really privileged to be able to play with a much beloved IP like Venom in a way that we were allowed to play. And in that regard, we did what we could and what we loved doing. We poured all of ourselves into it within the remnants of what we were allowed to do with him. And so the enjoyment of the work outweighed the limits of our possibilities with him because we just focused on what we were allowed to do and we loved doing it." So what that sounds like there is kind of two things really. It's one, we can't do the kind of usual and known stuff with Venom because we didn't have Spider-Man, such as the kind of spider symbol that would be associated on the chest of Venom. But also it sounds like the whole idea of, well, we're not going to go R-rated because we want younger audiences to be able to see it. Even though you still weren't really going to be giving Venom to the younger audience, you know? And I think had they gone a hard R from the very beginning, the way they originally were going to, I think the movies might have actually done a bit better. Maybe, you know, that's undetermined, let's be honest. But the idea now that he does seem to be open. Now, is that because there is actually a possibility, even though this article kind of skating over, oh, it doesn't sound likely, is it actually the fact that it could be likely that he shows up, probably not in Doomsday, but Secret Wars, and that could set up a future meeting between him and Tom Holland's Spider-Man in possibly Spider-Man 5. We'll have to wait and actually see, because that is a possibility. But either way, Tom Hardy does seem to be very much open to returning as this character. So, we'll have to wait and see what actually happens. And with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.